is going on? Welcome to No Chill Promos. How y'all doing? We're about West Weekend still if you're watching this before I get started on a super late review, this time for AEW's Dynamite. Just gotta do a quick shout out to all subscribers to the channel and to the followers on Rumble. Again, almost at 350 on YouTube, almost at 100 on Rumble. So again, thank you. Thank you to all the subs that continue to like and comment on these videos. Without further ado, trying to make this shit as quick as I can. Let's get into it. I have been keeping up with what's been going on, but it's been a couple weeks since I dropped a review for AEW. So this week, I'm going to change that. So starting off, we get the first match of AEW's favorite no-seller, Will Ospreay Bruv, versus the Wolverine, Brian Cage. There was no possible way I could get into this match. Why? Because it's predictable. It's inconceivable that Brian Cage was going to get the win here. Even though he looks like a machine, they call him the Machine, but they book him like a jobber. So you fast forward to the finish. Ospreay hits a half-assed Styles Clash because he couldn't get his right leg over Brian Cage's arm. So he hits it anyway, so Brian Cage loses 1, 2, 3, not to a Stormbreaker, not to a Storm Driver, not to a Hidden Blade or a Flying Hidden Blade, but a Styles Clash that he's been using as a transitional move for years now. After the match, Archer comes in. Cage and Archer, they're beating the fuck out of Ospreay. Here comes Kenny Omega, who changed his theme song for some random reason. And I hate these spots where it's so obvious, where it's like he uses a steel chair and it's like they had to bend over and then wait for him to use the steel chair again. It's just so stupid. I hate when people do that, man. Kyle Fletcher and Konosuke Takeshita come in for the save to help their boys. They simultaneously hit a Hito Tanashi driver and a Tombstone pile driver to Ospreay and Omega. And you see Brian Cage, he's like just ramming the steel chair into Omega's abdomen, surgically repaired from the diverticulitis. And then that's it. So Don Callis' family is looking strong before the Grand Slam, I guess pay-per-view, whatever. And it's obvious that Ospreay and Omega are going over in Australia. Moving on, we see Adam Hangman Page backstage. He's looking for Swerve. Renee was like, "What the fuck? What are you doing?" Adam was like, "Mind your business. Doesn't concern you." Runs into MJF, Mr. Maxwell of the Jacob to the Freeman. You know, they have a little face-off. He gets offended. He says like, "Oh, Hangman, he can do whatever the fuck he wants." And he gets cheered of me, but it doesn't matter what I do. I get booed. And he's like, "Yeah, that's how it works. Cry me a river. Nobody cares." Right? But he goes on, says the same shit he's been saying about Jeff Jarrett, and that he has a proposal that he can't refuse from the devil himself, and that tonight is gonna be the last ride from the last outlaw. It's like, cool story, bro. I'm sorry. I don't care about MGF these days, man. I don't. It's just the same bullshit he's been doing for 5 years now. It's like, we get it. You did the whole condescending aristocrat gimmick. What else you got? Moving on, we see a video package from like Collision, like last week, I believe. 2 guys that should be getting pushed in this fucking company. That's Redwood, Big Bill, Big Cass, and my nigga Powerhouse Hobbs. Alright. He gets the win for the tag team. Him and the Outrunners, they beat. Hi guys, I'm the learning tree. We get a promo from an undisclosed location for Powerhouse Hobbs. He says, "You're lucky, Cass, I'm not medically cleared to be there tonight for Dynamite. But I'll be there for Collision to whoop your candy ass. Best believe, and I'm gonna take your bitch ass to hell." That's essentially what he said. But we move on to the next match. That's Claudio Castagnoli, who I do like in this whole Rough Riders gimmick. I like the theme song, I like his presentation. I like that they're trying to take him semi-serious. He's going up against Double J, Jeff Jarrett, old slap nuts, right? And if he wins, he gets a shot at the AEW Road Heavyweight Championship. And I do plan on this week coming, doing a video about Jay Lethal, right? That video will be coming up next week. It's about that time. Well, we're gonna fast forward to the finish of the match. This was after the jobber Real Yuta gets involved. We see Moxley hits the pendulum shift DDT to Jarrett. Then Claudio picks his ass up. It's not one, but two neutralizers to finish the job. 1, 2, 3. No title shot for Jeff Jarrett, and thank God for that. Right after the match, we see Mr. Maxwell of the Jacob to the Freeman. He goes, he grabs a mic, he says like, "Hey Jarrett, now I know you got your ass kicked by the Rough Riders, but I just came out here to say, punch his lights out with the diamond ring of his." He says, "Listen, Jarrett, you know, I have respect from my elders, so I'll do you a favor and not tell you I told you so." We move on backstage with Ricochet and Renee. Renee tells Ricochet that Swerve is not allowed to get involved in this match. Ricochet says, "Thank God for that. Right? I can worry about myself. I'll take care of Swerve when the time comes. Go out there and beat AR Fox's ass." Right? And Renee was like, "You know, you had something you wanted to say last week. What is it?" Rico looks at her like she's stupid. Like, "Are you kidding me? Do you see what I'm wearing? I'm not dressed to impress. Like, what, I look like a hoodlum? Like, no, but you do look like a mid-carder. I'm just saying." He said, "Now it's not the time nor the place. If you excuse me." That leads us to the next match of Ricochet versus AR Fox, who I forgot is still here in this company. Why? Because they've done fuck all with AR Fox, besides him just being a jobber. So fast forward to the finish, Ricochet hits the Spirit Gun like he's Yusuke Urameshi from Yu Hakusho, then hits the Vertigo finisher. 1, 2, 3, Ricochet goes over. Right? After the match, he grabs that golden pair, the most dangerous pair of scissors in the entire world, grabs it, he's gonna shank the shit out of AR Fox, kill him, but Swerve, whose house? Strickland, he comes out for the save, whoops Ricochet's ass. Swerve was about to hit the Swerve Stomp to Ricochet, but Ricochet, the tactical genius that he is, showing his brilliance by using AR Fox as a hostage. He tells Swerve, "You better not fucking do it, or I will remove his Adam's apple right here, right now." So he's able to finesse his way out of the ring, lets AR Fox go, right, and then that's pretty much it. We didn't see a promo backstage with the Rough Riders. Renee's like, "Why isn't the AEW World Heavyweight Championship being showcased anymore?" John was like, "For what? Like, why I want to see the title, huh? You want to see the title? You're looking at it. I am the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. You people know nothing about it. You don't understand the pressures that come with it. I am the World Championship. It's in here. Night in, night out. I put this company on my back. It's something that you will never, ever understand." Now, here's the whole thing about this Rough Rider storyline and why people are shitting on it. Because at first you had Moxley coming out, cutting these cryptic promos saying how this is no longer your company, which created intrigue because people are like, what does he mean by that? You know? Like, and there's whole speculation that Shane McMahon was going to come in and do this takeover angle, which I never paid much credence into it because I'm like, I did make a video stating that I want Shane McMahon to take over creative in AEW, but I had to see it to believe it. I've yet to see it, so I don't believe it. We're already a few months in Moxley's title reign, so I don't think Shane's coming. Alright? Sorry to break it to you. Ain't happening. So instead, what we get is him having feuds with fucking Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, and then Barry and Powerhouse Hobbs again, and it's just a bunch of meaningless bullshit that's not really gonna go anywhere. So the question is, where does this shit end with the Rough Riders? Is it Edge? I mean, if that's the case, then put the fucking belt on Edge. Get it out of the way so that Christian can cash in and he can be the true face of AEW as he always has been. That's what I want to see. If it's not Edge, then who is it? Right? I don't fucking know, man. And how am I supposed to take this group seriously when I'm trying to push Wheeler Yuta? Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. It ain't happening. Right? This dude is not happy. He's a jobber, right? At best, maybe a mid-carder. You'd probably put the TNT belt on him for like a couple weeks. That's it, right? You're not going to get much out of Real Yuta. His promos suck. He's a decent technical wrestler, but that's it at the end of the day. And speaking of Will Yuta, that leads us to the next match. It's him versus Jay Caucasian. Fast forward to the finish, Jay hits the switchblade, 1, 2, 3, it's over. After the match, he hits another switchblade to Yuta. He was going to go for the trifecta, but Moxie comes, distracts him, Claudio comes from behind, attacks him, and jump him, and here comes rated FTR. And it's funny, because a couple weeks ago, when Hobbs was getting his ass whooped and almost taken out, they took their sweet ass time to go help Hobbs. But here, within like a couple seconds, here comes rated FTR. Such impeccable timing. Dax Harwood grabs the mic. He says, "I love my wife. I love the South. I love tequila." But no, he says, "You guys fucked up by putting your hands on the greatest tag team that ever laced up a pair of boots, that is Rock and Roll Express. So I tell you what, at Collision, it's going to be us versus the Rough Riders and some fucking like Street Fighter, some bullshit on Collision." I'm not watching it. I don't fucking watch Collision. I don't care. All right, they had a chance with Collision to separate themselves from Dynamite and have its own unique presence. Like when CM Punk was booking it, well, he left and then it went to shit. So it just became Dynamite 2.0. It is what it is, but we move on to a promo from the reigning, defending, undisputed AEW Women's World Champion, the glamour, the sexy Mariah May. She was like, "Hello, Huntsville, Alabama." You know, looking in the crowd, I think we should change that H to a C. The crowd was like, like, how dare she? Renee then mentions the metamorphosis of Toni Storm, which pisses off Mariah May. Grabs the mic. She says that Toni Storm doesn't exist. Get the fuck out of here. She says the only Toni Storm you people need to remember is the one that was leaking blood from the top of her temple because of her getting her head bashed in from my heel. The one I sent packing to Japan or Mexico to get her ass kicked because this is no longer her division. I'm the woman from hell. I am the AEW Women's World Champion, whether you like it or not. That's basically what she said here. I didn't like the whole woman from hell thing. You know, there's enough satanic Luciferian references in pro wrestling. We don't need any more. But other than that, it was a good promo from Mariah May. Then get a video package from Guns Up and the Guns. It's been a minute since we've seen them here on Dynamite, so we need to see my order of the Bang Bang Gang back on Dynamite. We didn't see another video package from We Hurt People, We Hurt People, We Hurt People, the Hurt Syndicate, right? MVP says, "Hey, give a round of applause to Private Party. You know, they put forth a valiant effort, but at the end, they stood no chance from the sheer brutality from the almighty Bobby Lashley in standard excellence that is Shelton Benjamin. You know? And we got the titles now, and we're gonna hold on to these titles for however long we want. You know why? Because we hurt people." It's basically what he said. Good little promo package. I feel bad for Private Party. You know, would I put the tag belts on Hurt Syndicate? No. I know I wouldn't. But here we are. It is what it is. We then go backstage with the Vendetta. Two women that Tony Khan Man, is doing fuck all with, and that's Taya Valkyrie and the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo. Alright, they're mad that, well, Deanna's mad that she didn't get the opportunity to face Mercedes Moné here in the main event with the TBS and New Japan Women's World Championship. That's because of Harley Cameron. So we're going to take care of her on Collision this week. That leads us to the main event. And that's for the TBS and the New Japan Strong Women's Championship. we have Yuka Sakazaki going up against the reigning, defending, undisputed dual champion herself, CEO. That is Mercedes Moné. And this was arguably the match of the night. They had a substantial amount of time to go out there and do their thing. Yuka's a good worker. Moné is able to put on good matches. Right? Even though it was predictable, it's like, did anybody believe, honestly, that Yuka Sakazaki was going to win here tonight? Come on, man. Once again, stop it. Just stop it. This whole show was fucking predictable. So you fast forward to the finish, which was Mercedes Moné hitting a sloppy, ugly, hideous looking Moné maker to Yuka Sakazaki for 1, 2, 3, and still the TBS and New Japan Strong Women's World Champion, Mercedes Moné. And that's it for this week's episode of AEW Dynamite. It was boring, predictable, full of matches that are inconsequential just to fill up time. You know, it's just, what are we doing here? I don't know. I honestly don't know. That's why I haven't been really covering AEW, because it's like, it sucks. It does, man. It's like, they have great talent. You know, you got Powerhouse Hobbs, you got Best in the World, Jamie Hayter, you got Christian Cage, but it's just like, man, I don't know. It's not a lot of intrigue in this product right now. Just is what it is. Like if you like, hate if you hate. It's all the same to me. I just want to see the engagement and the feedback from you guys. Alright, as far as the next video, I forgot I gotta do TNA as well. So I'm trying to knock that out tonight, if not in the morning as well. I gotta do either GCW or NWA. One of those shows will be next. I've been putting it off long enough, so I'm trying to knock that out tomorrow. We shall see. But wasting enough of your guys' time, so that said, be safe, be blessed, take care of yourself, protect you and yours, your loved ones. Stay warm, stay dry, stay frosty, and most importantly, trust in God. I'm out of here. Till next time, adios.